Happy Tuesday, Jar of Pain babies. It is great to see you again. Great to hear from you. I guess I'm doing neither of those things, but through the magic of the internet, I am inside of your brain. Stupid. I'm so stupid. Thanks for coming back for another Jar of Pain episode titled, this one is called Back in the Mud. I apologize for last week. That was a gross one. And, well, I can't promise you it's never going to happen again, because if people start asking poo-poo pee-pee questions, listen, I'm just here tuning in to the wisdom of the jar. You know, the jar is what the jar is. We have a responsibility and an entitlement to answer those questions honestly and openly as to the best of our abilities. So, yeah, not nearly as cozy and cool as last week here where I live. It's currently 80 degrees. Someone is getting towed outside my window, so if you can hear the beep beeps or a loud humming, that's what that is. The park has been interesting. This weekend. There was a man, I almost thought about calling someone for help. He was just laughing maniacally in the park for like 30 minutes, very loud, and eventually he just walked away. He just sat on a bench, went on his phone, laughed insanely loud that the whole block could hear it, almost scream laughing, and then left. So drugs are a crazy thing, and they affect our everyday life. So, yeah, just a reminder, December 7th is coming up. I know it doesn't feel that way, but man, October came and went in the blink of an eye, and I don't even remember September. The last thing I remember is August 23rd. That's the last thing I remember. You can get your tickets at volume1tickets.org or just Google Jar of Pain Live, or you can go to jarofpain.com. You can submit a question. We love getting your questions. Please ask questions. There are literally never enough questions. So, yeah, I hope all your dreams come true, and I hope you enjoy this episode of the Jar of Pain podcast. Back in the Mud.
Jar of Pain, what time is it? 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 Jar of Pain, what time is it?
Welcome back to the Jar of Pain podcast, the podcast where we answer life's toughest question. My name is Matt.
I'm Ben.
I'm trying to balance a jar.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you being here. We just received a bunch of new questions that you've asked at jarofpain.com. We've reloaded the jar. I just appreciate you guys being here. You can ask a question right now when you're listening, jarofpain.com, and it'll get to us eventually. And actually, if you leave your name, be happy to give you a shout out if you don't want to be anonymous. Otherwise, just keep being anonymous, baby. But we're here to answer life's toughest questions, aren't we, Ben?
We are indeed.
Yeah.
And we may not be right.
That's right. But we'll always be passionate.
Exactly.
I think last week we talked about poop and toilet paper for about 23 minutes.
Was it? Yeah, it was pooping.
It was more than half the episode.
It was a good chunk about shit.
Yeah.
Good chunk of shit.
Good chunk of shit. I've given up my not swearing for 10 minutes thing now.
Oh, you were doing that?
Yeah.
Were we doing that?
We were.
Were we doing it successfully?
No.
Okay.
But I didn't want to get demonetized, but baby, we far from being monetized. So if the people want us to stop swearing, they can tell their friends.
I mean, did they not hear last episode about our medical misinformation about where piss is stored and where cum comes from? And now you have to empty it out of your balls, otherwise it goes inside your balls and it calcifies.
I'm going to be honest. I don't remember anything we say when we do this thing.
Literally the only thing, here's what happened in my brain. Here are the synapses that fired off. You said poop. My brain went piss, shit, and cum. And then I was like, oh, we haven't had cum in a while. And then...
Thank God.
Then I was like, oh, last episode, we talked about how you need to get the cum out. Otherwise, it'll roll back down into your balls, which is where the cum is stored, scientifically speaking.
Scientifically speaking, it is.
Yeah, and then it calcifies, and then that's what, creates backup and problems.
Do you know the name of the hose that connects the balls to the dick to get the cum in there?
The dick hole?
No, it's called the vas deferens.
Vas deferens. Why does that sound like a European...
Like a band name?
I was going to say European tennis player.
Next up, was der Friends.
Hailing from Slovenia.
His family inseminate cows. Was der Friends. They're named after their favorite thing. All right, we should get to a question.
Let's rip a Q. I'm going to do my patented technique of ripping 2 questions at a time.
I like that technique.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to my girlfriend for telling me to do it. If 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean the 5th guy enjoys it?
Let's get that clean.
If 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean the 5th enjoys it?
Wow. Here for the first 15 episodes of this podcast, it was all cum. All the time, all cum. We had to, if there was a cum question, we'd put it back in the jar for later. Because we were like, we can't have this be our brand. Now, it's all shit.
It's because we're maturing, okay?
Yeah.
We went from cum. Cum's last year, okay?
Cum is so last show.
Cum's last year's fashion. Okay?
Yeah.
We're keeping up to date with the trends. The current trend, it's shit, baby.
We're back.
We're
back in the mud.
We're back in the mud.
We're back in the mud. Title.
We're getting deep in these mud pies, okay?
You know who Bubba Sparks is?
I found you, Miss New Booty.
Yeah, he is the booty rocking everywhere.
Yeah, I found you, Miss New Booty.
He has a song on Madden like 2006 called Back in the Mud. I'll play a 7-second clip. It is so good. It's like, back in the mud, I'm thinking, I'm so happy here. It's a great tune. I highly recommend everybody look up Bubba Sparks. Because I guarantee it's been a while.
Yeah.
Unless you're pre-gaming, you're with a bunch of friends and you're like, let's play music we haven't listened to in 10 years. You probably have not recently listened to Bubba Sparks. He's got some hits, dude.
You know who else has got some hits? Paul Wall.
Now, what did he do?
He was a Southern rap, Southern hip hop.
As opposed to Northern hip hop?
Brother, how are you in music and you don't know the difference between West Coast, East Coast?
Now that I understand.
And Southern hip hop.
Well, Ben, I'll answer this the only way I know how. My inability is my ability.
You're just avoiding the question with riddles.
I've been watching the Hobbit movies.
Oh, that's fair.
A lot of riddles.
Yeah.
So you've got me pegged.
Back in the mud,
That's
baby.
a joke just for the video audience.
Back in the mud,
We're back
baby.
in the mud, baby.
So
to answer the question, if 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does the 5th enjoy it? I don't think that's... Let's answer it both ways. The first answer is that's not what that study means. It just means that on average... Wait, I also can't believe that because on average, 4 out of 5 people I talk to in a day, like if I'm in a room with 5 people, 4 of us actively have diarrhea.
Statistically speaking, someone has to shit right now and someone just got done shitting.
Yeah.
Unlikely stat.
But to answer the real question, which is, does the 5th enjoy it? I think we all enjoy it sometimes.
You know what? I'll say yeah. I'll say that guy, the 5th, probably lactose intolerant. And as we all know, lactose intolerant people don't believe in their condition.
Some of them.
Nope, I'm generalizing because every lactose intolerant person I know just doesn't believe.
Yeah.
They're like, or at least they eat like it.
Yeah, it's wild when like you watch your friend have a cheeseburger and you're like, don't you? And they're like, I'll just pay for it.
They're like, I don't care.
I'm willing to swallow this cost.
The lengths people go for cheese is
melted cheese in particular.
Incredible.
Yeah. Well, I'm on this new diet. I can't have cheese right now. I can, but I'm choosing not to have cheese because it's processed.
Yeah.
Now there are certain cheeses I could have. I could find like raw cheese, but that's really hard to find here. You know, we don't live on a farm. We live in a civilization.
We live in a town with roads.
Yeah, and beards.
I can see a crane from your window if there weren't trees in the way.
And honestly, the tree's looking beautiful. It's autumn. It's my favorite time of year. But melted cheese is something that I miss terribly. It's kind of great, like a quesadilla.
Okay.
A ground beef quesadilla with pickled jalapenos. I'm starting to crave things I never really ate.
What about like nacho cheese?
Incredible.
Because it's not melted cheese. I mean, that's like a whole...
But it's extremely processed. I can't have nacho cheese.
Oh, processed. Okay.
In fact, I would say nacho cheese is even more processed than like melted cheddar.
You might be right.
I believe on the side of those cans, similar to American cheese, it calls itself a cheese product. You start reading labels, a whole world of information and truth come to you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in our food. A lot. But to get back to the question.
I was going to say back in the mud because you said shit.
To get back in the mud. That's a new thing we can say. To get back in the mud on it, I'll just be honest. There are times I've had diarrhea that I have enjoyed it.
The process of? No. But having
had it.
Oh, it's a soul cleanser.
Yeah, because if you've like been traveling, you get like constipated.
Yeah.
Like if you've been in airports for a couple days, or you just been like on the road on a road trip, and there's been nowhere to peacefully deuce.
Yeah.
And then it all builds up, and then you get home, and it's amazing to me how the rectum knows how close you are to your home bowl. Like you're at the grocery store and you're like, I'm going to shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll wait till I'm home. And you're good. You start getting within 10 feet, 5 feet, 2 feet. And then your rectum switches into manual mode where you got to tuck the cheeks. Like you were in auto this whole time. And then it's like shifted into third. You're in manual now, boy.
Yeah.
And it takes control of the situation. And then it's just like, it's the best podcast in the world. I enjoy after that. I'm like, thank God I got that out. It's like a demon left you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the fifth does enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He enjoys shitting out the sins in his body.
Yeah. We could all do more of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back in the mud.
Question 2. What does My Little Pony have to do to be respected?
I don't know. I respect My Little Pony. Do you?
I didn't think so, but now I didn't think I had a problem with My Little Pony, but maybe maybe internally.
You've heard other people may have a problem and you're like, yeah, me too.
Maybe. Maybe I'm a little bandwagon.
There was like a
pony
thing.
Hater.
There was a thing like when we were growing up, like right after we were in high school.
Yeah.
We're talking 2012. Where like bronies were a thing, like dudes who loved My Little Pony.
I forgot about bronies.
Yeah, and so this person might be a brony, but I don't disrespect My Little Pony. I disrespect bronies because I think they're annoying and they're doing that thing where they're like, no one else likes it, so I'm gonna like it a lot because I'm against the grain.
Oh,
people do that, you know.
I know. I feel like I'm one of those people, a contrarian.
Yeah, but I could be a contrarian too, but not on the internet. Like, I don't like when you see like a post on Facebook where I spend most of my social media time in hell. 700 people are like, oh my God, awesome, 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 awesome. And then a few people are like, this is not awesome because of this. You never thought of this, did you? I am a superior intelligence. I know that this is actually bad. I hate those types of people.
Yeah.
Because they're just putting themselves on like a pedestal of grief. And I don't understand why people do that. Like, just enjoy it. Like people who hate Taylor Swift. I don't necessarily enjoy Taylor Swift, but I totally respect what she does. She's made over $1 billion on her music and her businesses. I think that's something to be respected. She inspires so many young women and men too. Like there's plenty of people on both sides of the aisle of gender and in between, in the rafters, on the carpet, everybody who enjoy Taylor Swift so much. I'm not gonna yuck their yum. Why would I ever?
I'll yuck their yum only to remind them that she is not God, or the thing that they are admiring is not, top cheese.
They must understand that. Something can be
If they did, they wouldn't get as defensive as they do.
They like to get defensive.
They do.
They enjoy being defensive, especially when they're in their pack, which I understand. That's a human need. We love being part of a tribe. It's why I like Packer football. I don't really care about football, but for 3 hours on a Sunday, I can practice a little calculated tribalism and go, ooh, rah, rah, ooh, that's my guy. That's my ass out there throwing touchdowns. And I get really excited. I text my boys and I'm like, oh, he's not looking good today. Oh, that other team sucks. Blah, blah. I hate them. And then after the game, I feel good. But that's where it ends.
Yeah.
That's where it should.
Yeah.
But we have a spiritual need to be part of a tribe as humans. So I say yes to tribes, but in a calculated way.
But we could do without the Brony tribe. And also, wild thing to go full contrarian on and be like, I'm going to be a little My Little Pony fan.
Yeah, someone's like, young men should not like My Little Pony. And he's like, I will show you, sir. These storylines are actually quite diverse.
Actually, they have a lot of great morals.
Grab my fedora. We have a mission.
Me ladies. Me ponies.
That could also... Me ponies. That could also be a title. Grab my fedora. We have a mission.
Grab a fedora. So to answer the question, that's the poop question. To get back to the mud,
Yeah.
full frontal nudity.
What does a My Little Pony have to do? Yeah, I'd love to see a pony dick.
Full bush.
Yeah, on the toy. Like one of those troll haircuts. Like it's funky colors.
That would be
That'd be hilarious.
amazing.
Yeah,
if-
I would probably buy one.
Yeah.
New company idea, new business idea. My Little Pony, but bush. And so it's the same toys,
Yeah.
but they just have little curly bushes. And they're all funky colors with sparkles in them.
Like the regular mane is just like dog water, and then the bush, is glorious.
The bush is good.
It's bountiful.
Yeah, a bountiful bush.
A bountiful bush.
Yes.
Title.
Title.
Next cue. Back to the mud. If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
It's been well stated that I am not a fruit guy.
This is true.
I'm a veg man.
He's a but
But for the question,
what kind of fruit would you be, brother?
avocado.
Avocado.
I would be a fresh avocado. A fresh avocado.
Now, why do you say that?
Well, I got a pit in my stomach.
Okay.
Surgically, they don't know what to do. It's huge. It'll affect my life for many years to come. And 2, I'm filled with good fat. And my favorite color is green. Like a pale green.
Yeah.
Like an avocado.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. And I do have an exterior, but it's easy to get through. You can never tell when I'm ripe.
What if I give you a little squeeze?
You could, and I'd let you know either yes or no pretty quick. But people always assume I'm ripe. And they're like, Matt, what a nice guy. And I'm never in the mood, but I fake it really good, you know?
Yeah.
And I can be turned around on a dime.
What's your opinions on lime? What's your opinion on guacamole?
Oh, I love guacamole. I think it's a great party dish. If you're ever going over to somebody's house, a lot of people forget about guacamole, but everyone's excited to have it there.
Mm.
People don't think about guacamole. And then it's there and they're like, oh, guacamole. Holy guacamole. And it's easy. It's really easy to make. And you can make it homemade. Avocados are expensive.
Yeah.
But it really shows your willingness to help out the party. I'll tell you what, there's never enough guacamole. It always runs out. That's how you know people like it.
I literally kind of want to go home and make guacamole right now. I'm not going to lie.
It's great.
It's great.
Yeah. You know, it's a great snack. Actually, this would be a good snack for me in my current diet. Pork rinds, little chicharrones, dipped in guacamole is very delicious. People always use chips.
Yeah.
But I love pork rinds.
Ooh.
I love a pork rind.
Pork rind into it.
Especially if you go to like a Mexican restaurant and they have chicharrones on the menu. And so it's like fresh.
Yeah.
That stuff is so good. The bag stuff is okay. But the fresh is like another level. And actually what I've noticed, I like the shittier chicharrones better than the more expensive ones. I like it when it's like dense and almost so crisp. There's like a chew, like there's like a density to it that's hard to get through. It's so crunchy.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of the higher end ones are like light and puffy and crisp. I want a deep crunch. A deep crunch. Yeah.
What do you mean deep crunch? What does that mean, deep crunch? Like bag of the throat?
Yeah. Get yourself to Aldi and get their turkey leg farm, whatever their generic brand is.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the bag where the heavy settles, you'll find deep crunch. Chicharrones, they're the best ones. I love them.
One day we got to have our meal exchange.
Yeah.
And then maybe
Well, I already did mine.
whip that. Okay, that was a betrayal.
Roll the clip. So you know I love to cook.
Yeah.
I actually think it's the best salsa in the world. I made the best salsa in the world. And I saved some. I've been eating it for the last couple days. I made it Sunday after our show.
Yeah.
And I want you to taste it.
Used.
Okay. And I want to walk you through it. Fire roasted tomato,
I'm gonna
little
move this bag away.
onion,
Or microwave.
some peppers. That's commercial level salsa. I could sell that.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
That's good.
Matt's homemade salsa.
That's a good mild salsa.
I want to tell you something.
Okay.
So I got a little high the other night and I wanted chips and salsa.
Yeah.
And I didn't have salsa. So I tried marinara.
You're a fucking asshole.
And so what you tried earlier today is actually just Aldi's original marinara sauce. And I'm telling you, and that's why I wanted you to try it with no perspective. It actually passes as a decent salsa.
You're such a fucking asshole. You know why? Because I was eating it, and I was like, "This actually tastes a little marinara." but I don't want to like hurt his feelings. Like maybe he was trying to go for like a really.
But it works. It works as a salsa.
It does. That was a betrayal of my trust. It does not count.
It was fantastic salsa. Now, what about you? Do you think you're a lime?
No, I would say an apple.
The most basic of fruits, huh?
I'm a pretty basic guy. And
Yeah, that's true.
if you throw me hard enough, I'll fucking take a doctor out, you know?
That's not what the phrase means.
I mean, you can take it either way.
The phrase isn't about throwing apples at the doctor trying to treat you and then leaving the room and abandoning the patient.
It could, though.
It could be. And now I'm thinking, like, who wrote that and what was their intention? Like a doctor, like, did someone, who was like in the late 1800s, who was a ward of the state in an insane asylum, but they were not insane, save their apple every day to throw at their doctor, who got tired of fighting them and just gave up and just let them live their life in peace?
I don't know who said it, but I do know whoever said it, I want to taste his cum because I bet that's some good tasting cum.
A lot of apples.
A lot of citrus, a lot of fruity.
Well, an apple
not
isn't citrus, but
not citrus, but a lot of fruit juices flowing through that man's veins if he's eating an apple every day.
Yeah, I'm just so vegetable focused. I have been eating berries, and they're all right.
That's a fruit.
Yeah, I make a ground beef scramble.
Yeah.
Instead of eggs, I use ground beef. But then I think about like fajitas, like peppers, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I'll throw in some fresh blueberries after it's cooked.
Yeah.
And the blueberries get a little warm.
Yeah.
And it's like a savory sweet thing. It's very ground beef and blueberries, odd combination, but it works.
I feel like I've heard that before.
I've seen blueberry jam burgers on menus before. That's how I got the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
Try it.
I won't, but
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah, it's cool. So you're an apple and I'm an avocado.
I mean, really, an apple is just a European avocado. You know what I mean?
Not exactly, but
Obviously,
I'm not going to entertain this. Okay, go.
obviously, an avocado is a Latin-based fruit. An apple, most certainly a European fruit.
They come from Kazakhstan, actually.
Avocados?
Apples.
Oh,
Haven't seasoned all day. Wait.
I mean, Kazakhstan's just basically deep Europe.
I mean, it's pretty deep Europe.
Almost,
It might be in Asia.
One could say Asia.
Yeah, but did you also know they're the number one exporter of potassium? You never seen Borat? He sings their national anthem, and he's like, number one exporter of potassium. You should watch. Well, don't watch this. This was when Matt used to get high all the time. Content, but there was a Netflix series on like the most impressive foods, and the apple is one of them. Because it managed to be like a plant, like life wants to replicate. And so fruits, they exist because they want to be eaten. And then the seeds shat out by animals. And then in turn, more apples because they will be planted and fertilized. And an apple is like the most successful fruit to ever do it.
You know who isn't the most successful fruit to ever do it? A freaking avocado.
Are you kidding me?
You can't eat that seed.
But we're humans. We're not the animals that would like.
There's
even
no
if
way.
But if an animal took, yeah, you got a point.
Come on.
But we've replicated them.
I think we just plant them.
Yeah, that's replication.
Yeah, that's fair.
The U.S. has been planting more avocados every year. U.S. and Mexico for years. I bet it's double every year. I mean, we have an insatiable taste for avocados in this country.
Hold on. Say that one more time. Say that fact again one more time.
We have an insatiable taste for avocados in this country.
No, about the planting.
What do you mean?
Say the fact about Mexico and U.S. planting.
Oh, I think our avocado production has doubled.
Holy guacamole.
Oh, that was good. That was pretty good.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, a timed holy guacamole title.
Yeah.
But yeah, avocado, apple. Good answer.
Back to the mud?
Back to the mud.
How can you tell if a restaurant is a good restaurant before you've tried the food? Ooh.
I have an easy one.
That's a good one.
Small menu.
Small menu is good?
Because it means that they're very focused on doing a small amount of things very well. When you go to a restaurant that has like a 20-page menu, you're in for a ride. You ever ordered something and the waitress goes, I didn't know we had that. That's how you know.
I've never experienced that, but I would say less gimmicks. The less gimmicks it has, the better it's going to be. Like
world's biggest burger.
Whoa. Oh, the Western Steakout House. Oh,
yeah.
It's freaking 3:30 on a Tuesday. That means all the waitresses are going to have to do a stupid dance and it's going to make you uncomfortable because you kind of want to just eat your food, but they're required or we're going to fire them. And that's it. So watch them dance and then order one of the 300 things on our menu.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, there is a restaurant that has a large, diverse menu that I've never been to, but I've heard is incredible, and that is the Cheesecake Factory.
I've heard of that as well.
I've heard they have a huge menu, but I also, because I'm an old man, I watch a lot of content about businesses and how they operate and how they are efficient in their operation. Cheesecake Factories, like line cooks are like they're just so organized that they can have a big menu and still do it well. Plus everything is like 2,000 calories on their menu. So it's going to be good. It's like it's a lot of butter. So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's going to be good.
So what you're saying is that we have to find a Cheesecake Factory and hit it up.
I would love that.
That would be amazing.
I bet there's one in the cities.
There has to be one in the cities.
There has to be. I'd love to go to a Cheesecake Factory. But I think the biggest thing is small menu, no gimmicks. I mean, I think we kind of hit the nail on the head. Before you actually taste the food.
Before you've tasted food, yeah. Less gimmicks, small menu. Also, I think, and you know what? I think this is the number one way. It's like in a building that you've walked past and then you're like, oh shit, that's a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Some of the best multicultural food that I've had, they just like fit them into places, which I think is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, holes in the wall.
Like one of the best tacos I've ever had. There's a taco spot in Minneapolis called Las Terristas or something like that. And it's in a strip mall in between a gas station and a laundromat. But when you walk in, here's another tip. The clientele are from all walks of life. You've got like families, business people. You have also like people from the neighborhood, who are like part of the culture, whatever the restaurant is. That's another thing too. Kid on an iPad.
little children running around.
That's what I'm saying. Little children whose like mom and dad work in the restaurant all day on the iPad. You're like, this is gonna slap.
The less English, the better the food.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Here's how you know it's really good when the freaking the parents are there, but then they have like the kid working the register because the kid's the only one that speaks English.
Yeah.
They don't have time to learn English. They're chopping up sausages.
Yeah.
Okay, and these are the best goddamn sausages you ever had.
I agree.
Oh my god.
What I like get excited when I like walk into a place that I think is going to be good and it has all those things. I'm like, ooh, here we go. It's going to be good. It's at least going to be like authentic.
Yeah.
And I love that. Or I wish we had good Indian food here where we live. I wish we had great Indian food because it's the best. I went 25 years without having Indian food in my life.
Yeah.
And then you have Indian food and it's like the first time you've had food. The flavors they don't exist anywhere else.
I found out my sister doesn't like turmeric, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Turmeric has like no flavor. It's more color than anything.
But here's the thing: is when it's put into a freaking curry, I just want to drink that curry.
Yeah, she likes turmeric. She probably doesn't like curry.
You might be onto something.
Yeah, because I have turmeric here. It's basically tasteless, but like most mustard has turmeric in it. That's like the main. There's a little bit of flavor to it, yes, but it's really for color.
Yeah.
And, you eat with your eyes first. So like there's a lot of times you make food to look good, especially in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I do that when I'm like treating myself and cooking myself a great meal. I'll like plate it up like it's a restaurant as best as I can. And you're just like, I'm just taking care of me, And when you're looking forward to it, it looks great and the presentation is awesome. And then you eat it and you're like delicate with it because you don't want to like mess it up. It's just a wonderful feeling.
You ever do that with chicken nuggets? You just drizzle it in ketchup?
Oh, yeah. You could put a dollop of sauce and then wipe the back of a spoon like in a semicircle like it's some fine dining. Oh, yeah. I've been there too.
Yeah, man. And it's just dino chicken nuggies.
Yeah. I usually make a dipping sauce for my frozen pizzas with barbecue and ranch. Mix it up. It's not the fanciest sauce, but it's a little sweet. It's a little ranchy.
A little tangy?
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Gordon. Yeah. All right, Ben. I think we've come to the last question.
Are we going to manifest?
We have to manifest. Give it to me solid. Ouch. May this pain I feel give us the best question to be answered at this point in time. Manifest.
I definitely just kind of...
every time we manifest, I have no idea what's going to happen. It's very fun.
It's usually always a banger question. Just like, what is the worst color?
Ooh, depends on the application. There's a color called puce.
I don't like that name.
That is like a greenish orange that I do not like at all.
It's a letter away from being pubes. And
Which I know you enjoy.
I don't.
You love them. You've told me that so many times.
I've never said I enjoy pubes.
Yeah, well, you didn't use enjoy. You're just more like, I can't get enough of them. God, I wish I could have pubes on my salad. I love pubes. Pubes. So yeah, you never really said enjoy, but I just kind of inferred it.
It's definitely in the tone of my voice when I say pubes.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me just.
Yeah. Pick them out of your teeth.
Yeah. Just
save them for later.
I'm just gonna put that in my pocket.
Yeah.
A little sniggity snack.
Why does pube hair stop growing, but hair on your head does not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They kind of always, like if I just let them go.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I've never just let them go.
Yeah.
But I wonder, hey, No Shave November's coming up.
I would love to see some braided pubes.
Oh, yeah, like a Viking's beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking full on Rastafarian, just dread.
Little
dreadlocks.
Little beads in there.
Little beads.
Yeah.
Little beads of pubes.
Yeah. Pube jewelry. New business idea.
Pubery.
I like that.
Name. Title.
I'm not naming this pubery. Do you have any colors you don't like?
Colors I don't like. I don't like really bright, obnoxious colors.
That's weird because I use those a lot for branding for this.
Yeah, I hate those colors.
Really?
Keep using them because I know it's for the algorithm's sake.
No, I just like them.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, dude, I love bright greens and bright pinks. I love lime green, dude. I just love it. There's the way, I guess in a way it is for the algorithm, but it's for my algorithm.
Because it just reminds me of like a freaking children's toy box. You know, it's just
That's exactly why I like it. It reminds me of like radical 90s.
Yeah, I don't like a good chunk of the 90s. Great.
But I find my feeds are so drab and gray and monotone that I love popping content out there that's brightly colored.
Again, that's why I'm okay with it on our content because it's catching eyes.
I think it catches eyes. Yeah.
But personally, it's just too much.
Like my mom always hated yellow cars. She's got this thing against yellow cars. Every time she sees a yellow car and I'm in the car with her, she's like, ugh, I hate yellow cars. I love yellow cars. I wouldn't want to drive one and bring all this attention to myself, but I love seeing one.
Yeah.
Like a yellow Corvette. Corvettes are lame. The older I get, the more lame a Corvette gets.
The new Corvettes are pretty dope, though.
Yeah, but what is it about guys who drive Corvettes
Being 62 years old?
that they also wear a Corvette t-shirt when they drive them?
Oh, it's a club thing. You wouldn't get it because you're not 62 years old
and
drive a Corvette. If you drove a Corvette, you would rep the merch.
I actually saw like an old Corvette on sale on the side of the road by Aldi last week on my way up to for my weekly run.
Yeah.
And it was like $5,000 and I'm like, I could even trade my car for this. I could be a Corvette guy.
Wouldn't it be funny if I just like walked around with like a Mitsubishi shirt and hat?
I don't understand branded merchandise in general. I hate wearing brands. Like most of what I wear does not have the brand on it. And like I would never wear like an Adidas shirt with like an Adidas logo. I'm like, I'm not going to give you free advertisement. I bought the shirt. But that's a style. People wear brands, and I do not understand that. Why are you giving the company free advertisement? Remember when Prestige Auto would give you $100 off your loan bill every month? Or they would pay $100 to the bank for your car each month if you put Prestige Auto on the side of your car? Do you remember that was a thing?
No, but I wish they would do that again.
Now that I understand.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they're giving me an even trade for advertising. But I don't even like when you see a car and the license plate has a guard on it that says the dealership where they got it. Rip that fucker off. Get it out of here. I gave you my money. Do not advertise on my behalf. I will talk about it on my own. But I just hate being advertised to. So I might be a special case scenario here.
I get it.
Yeah.
That being said, guys, look at my super sick Adidas. Pharrell Williams.
No.
Bought them in London.
You bought those in London?
Yeah, dude.
Why'd you do that?
Because they were like a limited line. So I only wear this.
I don't even understand. I don't even understand limited lines. I just don't get it.
I don't get it either, but I was like, this is a neat thing to buy from London that I'll have with me for years. And
Yeah.
I've had them for years.
And they're comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, but
Well,
go Adidas.
I'd like to end the episode with a bang. So I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone. Are you ready?
Yes.
Jonathan, what time